welcome to a brand new episode of the Irish Wrestling Podcast, the only place where we'll say if it's entertaining, you must enjoy it. So on this very, very wet, miserable day across the whole country, I am joined by my very esteemed colleagues, and I'm delighted to introduce them to you all. Sure, 'tis himself, 'tis the other half, 'tis Booker G, 5 times. Up there next to us, we have the hardest working referee in the whole of Europe. It's Foxy.
Really?
And just below Foxy there, we have, of course, the man who business is second nature to. He likes to wheel, he likes to deal, he likes to get the chats going, he likes to get the juices flowing. Mark, what's happening?
Never heard that said about me before in my life, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. And I'm delighted to be here. That if I enjoy something, I'm now obligated to be into, or if I'm entertained, be obligated to enjoy it. Thank you, Liz.
So what else could you be doing?
Yeah.
Then, of course, below us directly then, it is, of course, the godfather of Irish wrestling. He knows, if Colin doesn't know what's going on, it's not worth knowing. The knowledge is out there, and my God, does he have the best opinion of us all? Colin, what's happening?
What's the story? Paddy M would kill you for saying that.
You think so?
It's only one godfather in Irish wrestling.
It's Paddy M.
Come on now, to be fair now.
Paddy M, actually,
I
that video today, well, as we record that today.
Climbing the ladder.
The ladder.
Climbing the
Yeah,
ladder.
Oh, stop, man.
so good.
Epic.
Definitely.
The
But
man's a comedy genius.
Yeah.
unbelievable and super nice to top it all off. So wait now, if Paddy's the godfather, that makes you
I'll be the consigliere.
Are you going to be the consigliere? That's what I was
Yeah,
going to say to you, maybe. Yeah, so you could be the advisor as opposed to, like, you know.
Foxy loves that look. Foxy loved it.
Anyway, moving on. So
Swiftly.
Absolutely jam-packed on the Irish wrestling scene. It has been in the whole of 2023, which we will get into. There's so much to chat about and discuss because it has been an absolutely phenomenal year for the Irish wrestling scene. And my God, have we made a boom impact on the world of wrestling over. Secondly, December alone this month is jammers. Absolutely jammers. I would love to travel the length and breadth of the country to see absolutely everything. But unfortunately, we have to work as well. Can you believe it? What is that about? Like, we'd love to go and see all the shows instead. But yeah, unfortunately, to fund our habit, we have to go and do the, you know yourself, the menial chores. Then, coming up, guys, in this month alone, atop of everything else that's happening, this week, we have a huge show with a massive card in the form of RCW in the PAV in Cork City, on this Friday, which we're very excited to attend. It's going to be super, super fun. And by the sounds of it, a massive show, followed back to back by another massive show for Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. Fight Factory having an amazing year, and they're literally everywhere you turn. Somebody has a connection to Fight Factory, and they are plastered all over your social media, which is so great to see for Irish wrestling as well. And then, of course, sure, December wouldn't be December without a nice mix of the Christmas tunes. Now, that's what I call Christmas up in OTT as well in the middle of the month. Then just before Santi comes, I'd say he's going to make a little bit of a need or a want to let you all know about the NLW show on the 23rd. 23rd of December. You couldn't get closer to Christmas if you tried. Is this not the most nuts December, lads, in a while for Irish wrestling?
It's a mad one, all right. It's definitely a busy December. Considering I've heard promoters say, "Oh, December's a bad month to run," and it's always a hard sell or whatever. Like, yeah, it's great to see, and hopefully, people do have the extra little bit put aside to attend these shows. But yeah, some absolute stacked cards so far, and yeah, I'm buzzing for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
What I love about it is the fact that, like, as you said there, like, promoters are always so hesitant about doing it. It's like, oh, it's a tough sell this close to Christmas. But the counter to that is when you put on a Christmas show, people will show up.
Yeah.
But they tend to be the most fun because the people involved are so excited about it as well because they want to have just as much fun as the fans do. So December is actually the best time to go to a show.
Mm-hmm.
If you want the absolute best of just terrible, like chaotic, fun energy.
Yeah, you definitely have the best fun at December shows. Like,
Yeah,
they're definitely they're those types of shows that make you think, oh yeah, I want to go to the next one, kind of thing. You know, they're not as serious. Everyone's a bit. It's the season, like, you know, it's the season. Everyone's jolly, everyone's happy, everyone's out for a good time. You know, so, yeah.
I think all of them have their own unique blend of fun, though. They have their own unique selling points in terms of what's going on in each show too. So I think you've got that kind of meta kind of show that Five Factory do, where you've got like Jay Stynes versus Santa Claus. What's that going to turn out to be? It'll be another, like, Colin for years has been raving about the success of the bear who invaded Five Factory, of course, lest we forget. And then obviously like OTT have got their Rumble on the horizon. NLW have got their own kind of thread with Bonesaw explaining his actions as to why he turned on Max. So there's so many different elements as to why it would contribute to a good show. There's so many different factors. Like, I'm really looking forward to NLW show, seeing poor Nile getting battered by Justy. That's my that's what I want for Christmas. And I won't apologize for it either.
Disgraceful. Disgraceful. I'll remember that on the day and see what happens then.
I think you should too. I tell you, you should pull a Tony Storm and bait him with a shoe.
Just launch a shoe out there, like
chin up, tits out.
There you go.
There you go.
And, if I want that on my headstone.
Justy's injured, you know, when he loses, he'll use that as an excuse, Foxy. So.
Oh, of course he will. Of course he will.
Yeah, Foxy, so you make sure you dig right into that injury there. Now go in now with this excuse.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to cripple him more than he already is. So
that's it. It's fear, Foxy. He's terrified of you. We know.
Okay, so let's get into RCW. This Friday, as we record, this Friday, we've got some big, massive. Can't say them together. You know, big.
No, you can, yeah.
You can. It adds to the massive bigness.
Big, massive matches.
Huge. Enormous.
We'll start with the main event. They have Eric Young coming over for a match against the RCW champion, Owen Richards. How do we see this one playing out? Mark, I'll come to you first.
I suppose with Eric Young being over, I suppose it's the marquee event more than anything. That's the name and the name and the face in the marquee that's going to be driving ticket sales. He's a huge attraction. He's been all over the world. He's been doing tours around the UK, particularly in Progress recently, where he's been reuniting with his faction from WWE, Big Dame, Axel Titcher, Sanity. So yeah, listen, he's obviously a known commodity. It's a big challenge for Owen Richards. I think, given the unlikely nature that Eric Young will be sticking around the lovely Lee for too much longer, that we might see Owen come out on top in some shape or form. That's just my own prediction. I could be entirely wrong.
Surely. I mean, is it this one or is it Anita's match where the Saviors are back from ringside?
Anita's, is it? The Saviors are banned from ringside for Anita and Katey Harvey's match with injured Session Moth as the special guest referee.
Listen, without them not there, there's still room for shenanigans and skullduggery and all sorts of malpractice. And obviously, Foxy has discussed at length the ineptitude and incapabilities of all referees in the Munster region. So I'm sure there's scope for Owen Richards to come out on top just yet. Great to be back.
You're back.
Mark is
not holding back. He's like,
somebody throw a saucer of milk over there to Mark. Will they, mother of Christ?
He's on a shooting spree there. Like,
in helmet, he ain't holding no punches.
Black Christmas, is it?
I'm having a great day. Sorry.
Bad Santa.
Just to speak on that match with Anita and Katey with Martina. She's still injured. We're not sure her status at the minute with the rest of the shows coming up this year. We do hope she's back to full fitness pretty soon. But it's been a while since we saw. For myself, I can't remember last time we saw Katey, and I know Martina's not in the match as a participant. But when's the last time the both of them have been inside the ring together for any reason?
Martina and Katey.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while. So it's definitely an interesting dynamic that's going to be played out.
Yeah.
Will they play off their history? Will they be pally, or will this be, who knows, a new turn
For the future, maybe, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a great way to set something up, when Martina's back to her full health. But you know what? I feel like I was heard with our podcast after the last one, because I was giving out about Anita's development in RCW or previous Phoenix, because I was like, it's always the gimmicky stuff, and because she's proven herself so well and she's come on leaps and bounds. 2023 has been a massive year for her. She really, really has, and she's branching out into the European scene as well. That now that the Saviors are barred from ringside, hopefully we'll get to see her in all her glory. And I could see her winning, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? But I really hope it's not a shenanigans match. I really hope it's not. I kind of want to see. I want RCW to see what Anita's made of. Do you know what I mean? Because she is making strides, and I just want them to see her outside of the funny part of the Saviors, because she's just so much more. So I really, really hope that she's showcased well in this. So fingers crossed for her, because I think she's fab.
Yeah, absolutely. She definitely she needs that. She needs to stand on her own too. I've been singing from this hymn sheet for a long time, as we all know. There's only so much of Saviors run-ins we can take. And yeah, I think the dynamic that's going on here, hopefully we do see a more straightforward match, less shenanigans, and we get to see them do what they do best, and hopefully get to see the best of Anita Vaughan, the best of Katey as well. Like Katey, even though she doesn't wrestle regularly anymore, she's still by and large one of the best women wrestlers in Europe on any given day. Like she's traveled the world doing it, she coaches it like 4 or 5 times a week, it's like getting back on a bike for her, so no better challenge or task there for Anita to overcome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm obviously taking the trip to the capital city of the world, Cork, on Friday for the show. So
the real smoke.
The real smoke.
I love Cork.
We know you do, Mark. Now, none of your saucy comments towards our county, because we could get started on you. #Movember. Just saying.
To touch on from that match, the Martina being the referee, she is the referee in this match. She was due to have a match with Raven Creed, the first time ever, and it's just not the first time ever that this match has been put off for injuries or all the pandemics and all their fucking shit. That's
never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. It's just not meant to be, is it?
Is it? My God,
I just can't believe it still has never happened in any promotion in Ireland or Europe or anywhere. That
promoters just need to stop booking it at this stage, because it's just not meant to be.
I can't believe it. I was so excited. This is my match. This is the one I was waiting for. I was like, this finally we're going to get this match. I'm like, fuck. But Raven is in a match against the Progress Women's Champion Rhio.
All right.
That's a big get for RCW, considering it wasn't advertised for the match or advertised for the show at all up until last week. So
that's really cool. That's a really cool dynamic, given Progress World Champion, ICW former World Champion. That's a really cool. I think she mightn't be the most heralded name, but she's very, very good, and she's very incredibly talented in ring. Given Raven's exposure over to the Progress side of things, they should have a really cool dynamic. And I think anybody who's going to be in attendance, if that's going to have a real treat.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah, like you said that she's not the most prolific name, but you definitely seen, especially over the last year, I think she's become more prominent. I'm seeing her name a lot more often, and she has taken. I think this is her second trip over now. She, correct me if I'm wrong, she was in Titanic recently. I think she came over for their last show there, so I'm presuming that.
Oh, she was in the Halloween show, was it?
Was it the Halloween show? I remember seeing her over.
There was one, I think she was part of that, was she?
Yeah, I'm presuming that there was the bridge was obviously built there. So it's great to see that someone of her caliber over, and that they were able to get a replacement at short notice, presumably. But
it's huge. She had a few matches in AEW. Was she in AEW for a bit? No,
never had.
Don't think so.
Getting her with the Joshi sweetheart Rhio, entirely different person.
Hardly different.
Yes.
No, I thought she had a couple of dark matches. Thought maybe the way Martina had a few, I thought maybe she had.
Don't think so.
Not that I'm
Perhaps
aware
she
of,
probably
no.
has in the past, but like to my knowledge, no, I don't think she has.
No.
But still, like for RCW to get her on such short notice as
Yeah.
well. I'm not gonna lie, like I was really looking forward to like Session Moth versus Raven for the first time ever. That was the match that I actually did contemplate going to the show just to see, but obviously that wasn't on the cards for me to go down to Cork. But for a last minute like replacement match, like this is still big anyway. And Raven put up a promo during the week in regards to it, and it's a goddamn good promo, like to still continuing Raven's story in RCW, but also apologizing that Rhio is gonna have to face her Raf. So I like it. I like it.
I
And
think they're two really unique dynamics as well. Like, I think it's a some people might obviously be disappointed they're not getting the matches initially as advertised, but I think having Martina as a special guest referee in that like teacher versus student Anita Katey Harvey match, even though Anita and Katey Harvey have been in the ring so many times previously, it just feels like a completely different match with Martinez referee. It's something completely unique and new, and something you wouldn't have seen previously, to have that interaction with Katey and Martina again. And then for like wrestlers appreciation, I think Raven and Rhio could be absolutely, it could steal the whole show, to be honest. So I think I personally think it's probably a slight improvement. Maybe not improvement, but different. It's certainly unique, and it's not something you typically see in the Ireland of Ireland.
Do we have a happy accident happening here though as well? Because we have Raven doing the 7 deadly sins. She's going through this. It seems that she's going to go through 7 matches. Presumably, is the journey that she's going on? Is it a happy accident now that match isn't happening? Would it make more sense, should she get to step 7 or the 7 deadly sin or whatever it be, to that be the first encounter with Session Moth Martina, and that's the final hurdle? So we've seen it in other cases that Session Moth has said in her match with Debbie, like she is the final boss, like she is the one who's been around for so long, and she is the benchmark of women in Irish wrestling at this very moment. So is that not the pinnacle of Raven maybe beating her in the 7th match, or facing her in the 7th match to complete that journey?
You could actually be very right in that sense that they might they'll definitely run it back to it, but I think it'll add more weight to it because of how Raven described Session Moth in the promo, saying that she is the fool, and what a turn of events that the fool is actually your final boss, like in your first encounter. Like, will it be Martina that's considered a fool, or will it be Raven? Who knows? But that, regardless what way it goes, the first time that these two actually like finally have their match, like I'm all on board. Like I need to see that. But
100%.
Give him an hour-long fucking Iron Man match or something, like just look.
No, you don't need to do that right off the bat. Damn, like
10 years worth of matches in one go.
No,
2 out of 3 falls.
You're loading the one go.
Other matches that are announced so far. First of all, we have to talk about the X Division match. Champion Fabio against Robbie X versus Martin Stairs versus Riordan O'Connor. Set to be a fast-paced match. They had a fatal 4-way or in the last show that Martin won, which was again another fast-paced match. I had Dino and Matt Skyler, and at that time when we talked about it, this is going to be a really interesting match with Robbie X in it.
So can I just, sorry to interrupt, love, I just want to confirm something. I've obviously missed the point of this completely. So just to confirm it, is the
X Division.
I was going to say X-rated. Sorry.
X-rated title.
I was like,
hey, don't speak that into the ether, because no one
I know.
put that into existence.
Fucking hell.
Grew up.
The bras and panties will be out. No, the X Division Championship. Right. So maybe I might be having a bit of a moment. So does the X indicate 4 corners that there's 4 people in the match? Or is it just coincident that there's 2 fatal 4-ways in a row?
No. The TNX division isn't anything to do with that.
No, like the one, like the one in
No,
RCW.
Yeah, no, it's completely. I think it's completely coincidental.
Right,
And I was
I'm not
literally.
sick. That's fine. I thought I
was
completely
literally about
missed
to
this
say
whole
the same
fucking thing.
thing.
Grand
Yeah,
job. That's perfect. Cheers.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like I don't know how it's going to play out. It'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to the match. I don't think that there's going to be anything wrong with it, but I was really looking forward to a single between Fabio and Robbie.
That would have
yeah, as I thought that's the match that we were going to get. And yeah, I understand that there's extra bodies there, trying to get extra bodies into the match, onto the show, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that it's not a singles and that we are getting the 4-way now instead.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out, because like the last show, Dino and Matt Skyler disappeared for the last 5 or 6 minutes off the match and let Fabio and Martin just go out and do what they do. So
and they're well able to hold their own.
You could get some dynamic in this match where that happens as well, where they're left with 2 people in the ring and just let them go hell for leather. So Robbie X and Fabio, let them go at it for 5 minutes and let them smash it.
Yeah, I think it's more that the promoter booked himself into a corner with the singles. Potentially would be my guess, and yeah, it seems to be the standard solution that we sadly see all too often in wrestling. When that kind of stuff happens, is to add the extra bodies into the match too.
Well, to be fair, OTT do the same thing. OTT regular stadium shows will do fatal 4-ways. Just like it's almost just for variety across the card and get something, a bit of excitement to bring energy up before more serious singles matches. So there's obviously a bit of playing into that and kind of looking at more successful models and replicating what they're doing. So glass half full, Colin. Please come on now, stop being miserable.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Mark! I tell you this much, man. I need to drop what Mark's on.
Mark's on a roller coaster, isn't he? Like he's there one minute and he's here the next.
Yeah, peaks and troughs.
Moving on. We're going to more money, more problems.
I have a question on this. I have a question for this. So I understand J Money and Gene Money. Are they inferring that Debbie is the problem? Is that what they're saying? That she has problems. They have money and she has problems. Yes. Is that what the name's referring to? Right. Yes. Okay.
No, Mark.
That's not very nice.
This is a learning moment. This is a teaching moment for you, Mark.
I'm asking the question. It's not clear what they mean. It's somebody's obviously got money and somebody has problems, and there's Mo and Mo. So
nothing to do with Movember.
No. That's fine. They don't have to grow mustaches. I'm just asking who has the problems, and if they're saying Debbie has problems, that's not very nice.
I think Debbie has the problem because the 2 boys aren't earning enough money to keep her accustomed to the lifestyle she's used to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There we are.
They are facing BDE.
Lads, so excited for their Cork debut.
BDE.
They are going to be hated. Sorry enough. They're just going to be despised. I know it and I love it because they just have heat instantly. They just do, because they're just 2 big dickheads. BDE. They are, and it's just brilliant. I cannot wait because Cork have just more money, more problems. 1 match in the last show and Cork just loved them. So now, when BD coming in now, I just give me the popcorn and let me just, amazing.
It is a 6-person tag team match, right? It's not
correct.
It is, yeah. So
it doesn't specify.
It infers, Colin. It infers.
I'm going right. So I'll go out on a limb and say that it's going to be a tag match, 2-on-2, and Debbie and JB are going to be ringside.
Why wouldn't Debbie be in the match?
Look like
she wasn't in the last match.
She's front and center of the picture, you clown. Yeah, pick.
They can be front and center on the picture and not wrestle, Mark.
That's unlikely.
They're still on the show, having a good old time.
Okay, fair enough.
I just want to see Jobber Money 1 and Jobber Money 2 get their ass handed to them by big Dorothy Josh and
They're
just
in
smashed
the
them up.
poster. They're in wrestling gear. They're not in.
That's a great point. It's a
manager-
great point.
That means nothing. That
No,
means
it does
nothing.
not.
No, come on.
Jerry's wise and he sees through the lies.
Could be a Freebird rule.
Could be a Freebird rule. Could be.
Never know.
It is going to be
It's going to be good.
an epic.
Very entertaining.
If you've watched the RCW, you don't get to see their entrance, More Money, More Problems entrance, in the when you watch back the VOD.
They skip the entrances.
It's hilarious. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And Gene Money is just both of them. Gene Money and J Money are fucking just quality. So
They bounce off each other so well. It's just entertainment. Then adding Debbie into the mix as well is just that's a new extra layer of spice.
yeah.
But that's gonna be an entertaining match. I'm delighted for BDE getting their debut.
Yeah.
It's again, they're gonna be heat magnets
Mhm.
because they're gonna be the polar opposite to what More Money, More Problems are.
Yeah.
But yeah, like surprisingly, like the card for RCW is actually really, really good. Like you'd be a fool to miss it, to be honest. And like I know I've talked about like things that they need to change for RCW, like especially on my stream, but still, like I'm not afraid to admit when they're doing some good stuff, like like which kind of like speaking of good stuff, like there is another match on the show, and it kind of tacks on to the fallout of the Fatal 4-Way from last show, which is Matt Schuyler versus Dino Power.
Dino and the Kino in the path. Yeah.
Yeah. And like this is gonna be their first one-on-one singles match, which I'm baffled that it actually is. Like I you would think that like, but it happens in wrestling. You could be around people for years and you never actually have a match against each other.
Yeah.
Or you might have like matches where you are in the match, but you're not actually like facing each other. So, but Matt Schuyler put out a promo like during the week. Again, this is something that I haven't really seen much of in the past. Like he's done promos, but I think this was the most comfortable I've ever seen him in a promo. He told a very straightforward story of their past, their present, and maybe what we could see in the future. And to be honest, like from that promo alone, I did actually like kind of sway towards like I need to see this because they're both insanely talented anyway. Like there was no doubt it was gonna be good, but the promo is kind of what like suckered me in. I'm like, no, I need to see this. I need to see this. And
So get your ass down to Cork.
not on the cards.
That makes you a fool, Foxy. You said you'd be a fool not to see it, so you're a fool.
Yeah, I'd be a fool not to see it, but money is at stake. So that's real life. It's fucking money. It's at stake.
That's real shit right there, Foxy.
That's the advertised card. Two other things. The Sem obviously did his what does he call himself at Christmas time?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Hey,
He did a promo, and correct me if I'm
not
wrong.
that guy.
Man like the Reese is on the poster, but he's not advertised in a match.
There's a few there, yeah. Man like the Reese, CBL, and Butch is there as well.
I'm not sure
presumably
what's
we're
going on
gonna
there.
see-
You know, there's going to be any more announcements between now and Friday when this is being recorded on Wednesday.
Well, it's an
No.
RCW card, isn't it? So presumably there's another 12 matches to be added.
Oh wow.
No,
So-
Seven matches.
that was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot.
My
I won't
Um,
see CBL at the show, like because he put up
Still has the injury. doesn't he?
unfortunately injured.
Yeah.
And that kind of injury is going to take you out for a few months at the very least. So I doubt we'll be seeing CBL at RCW or Fight Factory. He may make an appearance, but he's not going to be wrestling. If the Reese is going to be at RCW, chances are he'll either be thrown into a different match or last minute additions will be made. So
I'm here for the Reese against Sam. Just putting that out there.
hey, I'm all for like just Dries entertaining. He doesn't have to wrestle. We know how fucking good he is.
I want to see the Reese in paint. I want to see the Reese come out in Sam face paint.
Bit weird.
Why is that weird?
Man like Sem.
Fuck Sam.
Oh,
No time for that bell end.
Jesus.
I'll leave. You're still
Man.
bitter.
Someone's bitter.
Use the cream on your tongue.
Yeah,
Fuck.
lemon.
Sam is the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme.
That's it.
He is the pie in your face.
That's RCW, lads. That is RCW.
Yeah.
On Saturday, Fight Factory. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's 3 matches announced, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie versus Fabio. You know,
That's the first semi.
Savior's Collide. Owen Richards takes on Andy Steele. Jay Stynes, as we mentioned earlier, takes on Santi.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, yes. He abandons his workshop so close to his busy time of season to come visit Dublin 1. We're all both very excited to come spread love and joy and prevent further riots. Yes.
What a man.
What did everybody think of the music video? Did you get a chance to watch it?
Fucking horrendous. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. They should just be put down. Like someone scraped the internet and just removed that shit. That was the hardest watch I think I've ever had. The only reason I didn't turn it off is because I knew that you were going to ask about it, so I needed to watch the whole thing. But it was such a struggle. It was 2 minutes that felt like 2 hours of my life that I will never get back.
I thought it needed to be longer, to be honest.
I could have watched it all day long. I was left wanting more.
I want to be gangland. We all want to be gangland. Put up
That's
hoops
it.
there.
No, yeah. Definitely.
To be honest, if you actually watch the video, then you've actually helped their YouTube algorithm. So
yeah,
so they
guys.
can for that one.
Yeah, it's nice to be nice, Colin.
That damn Al Gore and his rhythms.
Hell,
yes, yes.
oh, fucking Al Gore, Joe.
That rhythmical bastard, yes.
Somebody's announced for Fight Factor as well. I'm not familiar with them.
Zozoya or something, yeah.
Anybody fill us in on who he is? And he's returning. This not his first.
He was there. He was there recently. He had a match with Debbie.
Debbie.
Bit of background on him quickly. He was over years ago. He was only a kid back then, a scrawny little young fella, and he trained with Fight Factory while he was over. Then he went he's Spanish, is he, Foxy?
Yeah, he went back to Spain.
Yeah. But he was back over for the last OTT camp as well, wasn't he? He was over for a while. He did the Finglish show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was there for you. So, like what Colin said, he came over when he was really, really young. He trained with Fight Factory extensively. Like while he was here, he was very short, skinny, like kid. But he had an amateur wrestling background, so he had a natural like ability. But he went back to Spain, competed while he was there. Got himself jacked. Like he's a lot bigger. Like he's a lot stronger. It's scary. Like
You're saying he's juicing, is he?
No, I'm not. How dare you make that insinuation?
Sorry, I misread the situation. Sorry.
Of all people to make that kind of insinuation, man of all the juice, just taking all the juice on everyone. But no, he came back. He was jacked. He was like, he'd obviously he'd compete in amateur wrestling tournaments. So like he's actually a beast. Like scary strong, almost like on the same token as like Scotty Davis. Like just scary strong, naturally athletic, and has charisma.
He's witty. He's witty. He had me in stitches at the last Fight Factory show. So he has that confidence. He had the confidence to stand in the ring with a microphone in his hand.
Yeah.
Which tells a lot about somebody. And then had people laughing, and then had people turn and boo him, and he just had the it factor that you want to see in a young upstart, especially someone speaking their second language who's in a different country, and he's able to get those reactions from an unfamiliar crowd. So yeah, I was really happy with seeing him there. He also did something similar in OTT, and yeah, this guy has massive potential, and he can wrestle.
Yeah,
you know, so like he ticks all the boxes.
like it. So if he's come to Fight Factory to properly debut on like the main shows, then that's a good sign. That means they have something lined up for him.
Yeah.
And think about the matches that he could have with a lot of the more experienced guys, and how good. Like this should tell you he is very extremely good now. Imagine when he has a bit of seasoning working the more experienced people. He's gonna be a monster in the next year or 2 years. Absolutely, without doubt. He's just gonna be an absolute monster. And I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of him over the next while. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing her. I'm not sure the Fight Factory aren't doing any VODs at the minute, are they? They're not.
No, they're recording shows, but they're not putting them out, which is a shame, because I think regardless of the either the quality or the attendance or whatever reasoning, I think that the footage should still be released so that people can actually watch the matches there and get familiar with people that they wouldn't necessarily see on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Or give yourselves a glimpse at some of the up and coming like talents that are currently like trying to mix it up with some of the best in the country. So it's a shame that they don't do it, but they must have their reasons. But I don't know. I don't know.
Shame now we don't get to see Owen Richards and Andy Steele implode on Saturday night. Is this tournament, the semi-finals and final are both on?
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's I was just about to say that the fourth unofficially announced matches, the winners of the two semis, which presumably is going to be our main event of the night. And depending on how those matches play out, whereabouts on the card they are, that could, yeah, we could be in for a bit of a roller coaster of a night. Like,
And you mentioned that CBL is injured, right? So he's not able to defend the title. Is he going to be out for a while?
he did say that he was going to be out for the remainder of the year.
Right.
So presumably he's hoping to be back in the new year. So I think if he is missing a show, it's only the one show that he will be missing. Hopefully,
I would hope that he is back by February, maybe. Because look, injuries do happen, and you want to get back as quick as possible, but you need to take the time. Take that extra bit of time, make sure that everything is healed properly, make sure that you have a quality of life, that you can actually have mobility and do your day-to-day stuff before you think about coming back to wrestling. So if it means taking an extra month or two, do it. I'd rather that, because at least then when you come back, you are healthy and 100%. Simple.
I think from a promotion standpoint, though, we like Fight Factory, they only have two champions. They have the tag team champions and the senior heavyweight champions. So, but if he is delayed in his recovery, it could be detrimental to the promotion if he stays as the champion while he's out. So, I could potentially, if that is the case, potentially see a bit of a change up there, or him dropping the belt and become vacated, because I think they need to have that champion
In
on
the
their shows, you know. So but yeah, massive different dynamics at play, and it's very hard to call who we think is going to win the semis and the final, but my betting money as of right now would be on, and I think I'm going with my head on my heart here, it'd be Andy Steele. I think it's time for Andy to step up, and I think he has the ability to do it. And yeah, I'm all for an Andy Steele singles run, as we've spoken about a few times before.
Yep.
No, I'd agree with that. Like I think he definitely like needs to be showcased because he's a hell of a talent, and he's proved that, especially on the Fight Factory shows over this last year, like alone, like how versatile his range is as a performer, and his ability in ring is there. Like, so I think Fight Factory should actually give him a solo run just to look for, if anything, just to test the waters and see, like, right, can he actually hold up with some of the best on his own, without the saviors, without anyone else, just himself? Like, maybe, but what do I know?
Too much, Foxy. Wise beyond your years.
What we do know about you, Foxy, is you've got a match. NLW on the 23rd. Sold out NLW with a new title to boot to celebrate Christmas. Foxy.
Yeah, new belt. You're getting ahead of yourself though. Like,
I can't believe Foxy sold out the Mount Theatre though.
I know. It's weird, isn't it?
I'm not surprised at all.
Mark, will you be in attendance for NLW?
I'm doing 12 pubs on the 23rd, sadly, but I'll be texting Colin feverishly to make sure that Niall gets his just desserts and get his well-earned beat down.
Oh my god. Do mind them, Foxy. I hope you're coming out in like a silver unitard so we can hit the whole silver fox. No?
I'm all in on that. Please do that.
Totally.
Yes.
Then it'd be
And
like
a tail.
fox, yeah.
A detachable tail.
But come out to you know that song, What Does the Fox Say?
That's not
Yeah.
Come out to that. That'd be so, they suit the kind of crowd of NLW so well, as all the kids be singing along, and you can be
he's
bopping
coming
around.
out to that.
No.
He's definitely coming out to that. He's saying no, but he won't really have a choice when someone plays the music.
True, but
oh my
still.
god.
Just hop like I don't know what foxes do they hop, or do they make the
kids love that song as well.
Foxes normally are lying on the side of the road after getting hit by a fucking car.
What does Nile Fox say?
Who knows?
Oh,
we'll have to wait and
parody.
see. We'll have to wait and see.
Brilliant.
Fresh Bros against Sweet and Sours announced for that show. Bonesaw, like we mentioned earlier, is coming to explain his actions. Charlie Sterling's also advertised for it, and Martinez also advertised for that show. Preventing she's not still injured, so it's going to be a hell of a show.
Steve Savage still has a briefcase as well.
Oh yes, that's right.
Still in play.
He doesn't advertise to defend the title, though, was he? He's not.
No, nothing else really advertised there.
Nothing else has been advertised at all. So
yeah, that
and they sold it out.
Yeah,
Christmas shows. That was Christmas show. Last year was brilliant. Loved last year's show. It was so fun. So yeah, Jamie, speaking to Jamie last year, he was so happy with how last year went. They sold really well. I think that family all ages shows dynamic works really well. For wrestling shows. And Christmas week, I remember speaking to Jamie this time last year, and he was really worried about how it would sell Christmas week. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday last year, and it's like midweek show, week of Christmas, we could have 20 people in attendance, and then it sold out, and I was like, oh, let's do this again next year. And I think he had the 23rd booked in from like Christmas week last year. Like he booked the date last year. He says, I think we're going with the 23rd. I think last year was the 24th, so I was a bit further out from Christmas. And I was like, oh, we're going right on top of Christmas now. Like this will be interesting. So I'm delighted for Jamie, delighted for the Mo. They pushed it and promoted it really well. And to sell it out with a very minimal card is a massive achievement. So it just shows that the appetite is there in the Mo for these types of shows. So you never know, you probably do 2 days next year. No one, Jamie, you might push the vote out even further. But
I won't get ahead of myself.
No, I don't think
I don't think he did that. But no, like I think it does show, like what you said, like it does have, there is an appetite for these kind of shows. Those that have gone to the shows enjoy themselves so much that they keep coming back. And I think we've built up enough that that people want to be at those shows. If not for the fact that like it's not recorded for public consumption, it's a good day out for a family, like regardless, like because if you look at most of the shows that are on the scene at the moment, they're either catered specifically to adults or mainly to kids. It's very rare that you get one that blends the two. And that's, I think, what NLW does best. That's why people keep coming back, because you have that nice mix between both. Like you have the hokiness, like the very simplistic characters and interaction, like a panto. So more so, but it's fun. It's like the people that are involved have fun, so therefore it comes across to the audience, and they have a good time because of it. Like I've talked before about like the boys trying to like make each other laugh during the show, like mid-match. And it's absolutely hilarious because we know people are off to the side by the curtain and they're trying to pop at everyone in the ring. It's brilliant. Like there's been plenty of times where I would have to purposely turn my back away from the audience so that they couldn't see me laughing. Because people, let's face it, like it's not hard for me to break, but it's not very often that I break to the degree where I'm actually keeling over laughing with how funny things are. So yeah, we all enjoy ourselves. I think the audience do enjoy themselves when they go to them. So therefore, like I'm absolutely over the moon that like we have sold it out, and I think people are going to have a really good time this year because Jamie has put so much work into it. Like making them the best shows possible. So yeah,
I just want to know who's reffing after Foxy dies.
I was going to say who's the special guest referee. Mark, are you really doing the 12 pubs? Or are you just going to sneak?
I am, but I was going to fly. The Collins likely to be not very busy, so I'm sure he'd be more than happy to step in for his friend Nile. He's more than willing.
Not very busy at an NLW show. Just doesn't go together. Like
that, no. I'm sure you've listen. Nile's a good friend of yours, going back many years. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to put aside whatever menial task you have in the meantime to help out Nile in his hour of need while he's being carted off to hospital. So
I'll happily.
You're a good guy, Colin. You can do it.
I'll happily help carry him out of the ring after his match.
How charitable of you.
No worries.
Don't you listen to them?
Hang on now. Next year, NLW Christmas show, we're hearing here first. Mark O'Brien versus Colin Byrne.
Sure. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And Liz is the referee.
Yeah.
Hey, gives me a match off. I'm like happy.
You'll be outside trying to break Liz, which wouldn't be hard either.
Oh God, no! You'll have wheezing and everything. I'll be laughing at only literally now at a tone that only dogs can hear. So yeah, break all around because I love it. I'd howl.
Just 5 dogs, just like all of a sudden, it's like what's going on?
Yeah. I was like,
what's going on?
What is it, Scoop?
So that's what's coming up in December
on that note
from a lot of the other promotions. Next week we'll talk about OTTs. Now that's what I'll call Christmas, and look ahead to the local rumble, which is going to be
unreal,
massive. But this week, make sure you go out to any shows that aren't sold out already. RCW Fight Factory, get out and see them. It is December. Go out and have a few drinks with your friends and go and have a laugh, be merry, and just enjoy, Irish wrestling, and get out there, people. Yeah, definitely. You will be entertained. It's just such a hotbed of activity at the moment, the Irish wrestling scene. So get yourself a ticket, get along to a show, support these performers, and support your local businesses as well. So get out there and let's see you at those shows. So, on that note, thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining us. Very, very happy to see you all again. Hardest working ref in the world. At this point, you've gone from Europe now to the world, Foxy, who is
and part-time wrestler, bang on, exactly, who is going to show Justy the ropes at the NLW show. I've great faith in you. Just come out in the silver unitard for the hashtag Silver Fox and a tail if applicable. If not, it's no problem. Mark, bitchy as always. Lovely to have you on board. My God, do you want some sauce with them rolls you're having there? My God almighty. Mark's very bitchy today, but we love him. We love him because he always adds a bit of spice to the podcast. You know what I mean? And then Colin has to calm it all down because sometimes Mark just gets a bit too cray-cray and he has to come in and calm it all down. And of course, where would we be about yourself, dear?
Who knows?
Yeah, I have nothing more to say about you, dear. You're fabulous. I'm just kidding. Of course, we have Booker G5.
I'm buried. Absolutely buried.
I'm only messing. He knows I love him. He knows I love him, you know.
Get the show.
I'm bruised from here down.
Yeah, well, next time you do what you're told. But I'm just kidding. Anyway, so guys, if you have not already found us and liked us and subscribed on YouTube, what are you doing? You're missing out on all this fantastic content, honestly. Leave us a comment below. Do you think Foxy's going to walk out an NLW show a winner? Absolutely. Is Mark a bit of a saucy pot, is he? Please let us know and tell us what shows you're looking forward to. Are you going to any of the shows? We'd love to see you there. Have a little bit of a chat. Let us know how you're getting on. On our channel at the moment, do not miss our exclusive with JD McDonough, where Jerry gets to sit down with him and they hash out exactly how his journey in the last 6 months has gone, because let's face it, he's gone to the moon and he is enjoying every second of it, as are we, witnessing this journey that he is on. But he has never forgotten his roots. Find out more about that on the channel. Check in to see how we got on chatting to our very own Jerry. Find us on social media, of course. We have Facebook, Instagram, you know yourself, our very own X Division. Hey! And of course, the millions and millions of views that we have also on TikTok. So with that, myself being Sensational Queen Lizzie and the troop that are here as well, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.